British versus American homes, 8 differences. Happy New Year. This is the first video I'm recording after New Year. It's the 2nd of January. We just literally got back 2 hours ago from the UK where we went to see James's family. Yes, Happy New Year. Hope you guys all had I don't think we've even seen you properly since like Boxing Day, Christmas. So I hope you guys had a lovely Christmas period and a good New Year's if that's what you're celebrating, if that's what you celebrate. We had a quiet one. We just stayed in, watched some movies, played some games with James's family, and Archie was asleep, but he woke up when the fireworks started, but he went back to sleep luckily. But we had a lovely few days. It was really nice just to get away and obviously see everybody. We've not seen everybody properly since the wedding in July, so it was nice to go back and see everybody. We did some fun things, so I'm sure you'll see pictures and things on Instagram and things like that of our trip. But yeah, we're back. I'm here. James is sorting out Archie, so he is not going to be in these 2 videos. I'm going to do 2 videos tonight. So the first one is British versus American homes, 8 differences. I'm not sure whether she is British or American. We're about to find out. Let's get into it. It's enough waffling.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm now in London, in the second zone of London, Greenwich Station, and I am just about to go inside a typical British house, and we're gonna compare American houses to British ones. So if you're interested in watching and seeing the differences, please follow me. Let's go!
Interesting.
Security level 100. Okay, we're taking off our shoes.
Not all houses, by the way, have 2 locks like that, because I've never lived in a house that has that.
Okay, would you? I don't think so. Guys, I am going to start my tour with a bathroom. And you know what's the most funniest thing? In Great Britain, you can still switch off light by pulling a string attached to the ceiling. So
I love a cord light.
Hello light. And sometimes I even see that if you want to use hot water when you shower, you also have to switch it by pulling something from the ceiling. Crazy in Great Britain, and you would know.
So, basically move quite quickly because it's only a short video. In a lot of modern houses now, it's the switches, which I'm sure you guys have, I think. But in a lot of houses that have been built, you know, like maybe 10, 20 years ago, they're pull. Like my house growing up was pull for the bathroom light.
Notice it in
Only
old
for the
houses
bathroom.
is that there is a separate tap for hot water and separate tap for cold water. And this tap is extremely hot and this tap is extremely cold. And if you're British, you're supposed to close the sink and then switch on both taps and fill the sink with water. And I think, who does that? Who really does that?
And actually
So again, that is another, I think maybe a lot of these are going to be this because this seems like an old-fashioned house. Now, like our sink is not like that. It is just one tap, like you guys have. But growing up, my taps were like that. So I think this is going to be an old-fashioned type of house. We are a lot more modern now. Quite a lot of houses are a lot more modern. But yeah.
friends who are British, they wash their dishes like that. So they fill in their sink and they put all the dishes in there, and then they use the cleansing foam and they don't actually wash it away. They just wipe it with a towel. And when I first saw it, I'm like, oh my god, how much of this cleaning stuff am I gonna eat? Because basically you wouldn't be able to remove everything with just a towel. But this is what British people do to save water.
In the UK, power sockets are also different, and if you're lucky, you can find the right power socket for your American or European plug in the bathroom.
British power sockets look like this, and sometimes there's even a switch to switch them on. I don't think I've ever seen something like that in the States.
So I think all of UK switches you have to switch. You have a switch. I don't think there's many that don't have a switch.
This is a super peculiar difference, but I noticed that toilets, the toilets themselves in the United States are generally lower than those in the UK. And having a lower toilet is healthier because by nature we were designed to do our thing while sitting just sitting down. And the lower the toilet is, the healthier it is. But yeah, whatever. This is just the thing I noticed. And by the way, we're actually in a typical student homestay. So if you're not an English language speaker and you want to come to London to study English, for £160 a week or something like that, you would stay with a local family in a setting like this, and this allows you to save a lot of money, because if you compare this price with a hotel, you might end up getting like 2 or 3 nights in a hotel, and here for £160 you get a whole week, and you can also get some more, like maybe breakfast and dinner. And feel free to check the prices down in the link below. Now we're going to typical student room. There's the student behind me doing something, but yeah, I don't see a lot of differences between this room and a typical American room and a typical house. If you do see the differences, please let me know. But there's something I wanted to highlight. Something I've seen in Great Britain. So in America, we open windows like sliding them from left to right. Here, you open them out in the street. As I said, British people really save energy, and you wouldn't see this thing working. This is the heater. But if you want to switch it on, you just, I don't know, select 5 in winter. But what British people do, they would just provide you with a really cool blanket. They call it duvet in Great Britain. It would be really like thick in winter. This is the summer version of it. But only in winter you would have like a really thick one to warm yourself. So if you're traveling to Great Britain starting October till May, even like anytime you travel, I would suggest taking your winter pajamas and really warm stuff, because sometimes it's really cold at home. Right now it's really hot. I'm like struggling to breathe.
I love having my duvet on and snuggling up under my duvet. I love it. I like it when it's cold because I like to get warm, if that makes sense.
But yeah, this is a typical student room, and let's go downstairs and see the kitchen. Off top, guys, have you seen anything like that? Like the first time I see it, you can actually stick your headphones to your computer.
That's well cool. Never tried that.
Carpets everywhere, well, almost everywhere on the stairs, so you don't fall down. By the way, guys, the ground floor, which would be the first floor in America, in Great Britain, it's ground floor. The second floor is actually the first floor, and the third floor is actually the second floor. So we're like one level up in Great Britain. So the entrance, like where you enter, is actually ground floor. Sometimes I see ground floors in the States as well, but normally it's gonna be first floor or like lobby, and then there's second floor and third floor. But in Great Britain, you get like an extra.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at the kitchen. I think this is international, like having your fridge in magnets, so international. I prefer fridges without any magnets. I think it adds more style, having a fridge without magnets, but this is very traditional British. You know who he is? You should know. He's son of Catherine and William, so this is royal family on the wall. What else is...
I don't have the royal family on my wall, just to clarify.
I don't see a lot of differences. This is gas stove, and this is very typical for small apartments to have a washing machine in the kitchen. I haven't seen anything like that in the States though. I've seen like a separate laundry in houses. I've seen like a laundry room or laundry in a closet. But here, washing machines sometimes stand in the kitchen, especially when the apartment is small.
I think a lot of it is space. Our washing machine is in the kitchen. Mine's always been in the kitchen, like growing up. I think in America you've got a lot more rooms, so you kind of tend to have like a room dedicated to laundry. But ours are typically in the kitchen.
Apartment in St. Petersburg, I also have a washing machine in the kitchen. This is a device used for warming water. I haven't seen anything like that in the States, again, especially in the kitchen. Another difference that I've noticed is that in the States, kitchen is normally connected with the living room, so it would be like a common space, maybe separated by a bar table or something else. But here, kitchen is like a separate room. So it is not in any way connected with the living room. There's the door, so there's like extra space. Personally, I prefer kitchen to be separated from the living room, because if you're cooking something and something burns, this means that the living room wouldn't get the smell. Let me know what you think. Again, in Russia, we have a separate room, but in San Francisco, in my apartment, the kitchen is like semi-detached from a living room, but it's still not fully detached. And if I burn something, then half of our apartment is gonna smell. Okay, we're
I think like that's another thing thing that's coming in. Like a lot of the modern houses now are open living, but obviously the old-fashioned houses and the houses that were built a long time ago are not. They're all separate. But a lot of like new houses, new builds, like renovations are for open space.
The living room, as I said, is separated from the kitchen. Standard living room. What I like about Great Britain is that normally if you live in your own house, even if it's a semi-detached house, you will have like a small garden in the back. These guys haven't done anything with the garden, just green grass, but still a cool place to relax during the day. I know when you have, especially when you have a dog, you will just let it out and it will walk around the garden and you don't have to walk it if it's raining, for example. This tree in Russia is called money tree, and if it grows really big at home, that means that the household is going to prosper and you're going to have a lot of money. I don't know whether to believe it or not, but yeah,
Money doesn't grow on
everything
trees.
is great financially in this family. And as you see, I suppose this family had a lot of Russian students because this is all very typical Russian. And yeah, small backyard. This is the living room, all white, really nice. Okay guys, this was it.
That was a good video, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to check any other videos out from her. I'm not sure if she does this regularly or kind of what her channel's about. Let us know in the comments below if you've got any recommendations, and have a fantastic day.